Yo, what's poppin', people? Your boy Snacks is back in the building with another banger. Y'all know what we do, man. Every day. This is how we do it. Let me thank y'all first for watching this takes of mine. And while you at it, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. And please don't forget to leave your comments down in the comment section so we can get this thing started. But the question is, will Colorado fumble Deion Sanders, just like Jackson State did? Because now we're at that point. Time to re-up. The man has earned his money. He has shown what he's about. Now, how do you pay him? How do you keep him there? Y'all want to talk about it? I do too. So let's go. Now, the question is, can Colorado do the most and keep Deion Sanders in the fold? I say they can, and I don't know why they can't. It's easy to do. And how do you do that? You say Snacks. With all of this on the outside, all of these people everywhere, these teams are trying to get our coach. How do we keep him? It's simple. You give the man what he's asking for. It's not hard to do. What's next? We can't give him the house. Yes, you can. But it's not that simple. Simply because this contract negotiation has to go through so many. It has to go through so many hands and be agreed upon by so many different people to get it right. I'm sure Deion is not asking for a lot. You measure his worth, and it's insurmountable at the University of Colorado Boulder. Deion is worth whatever you're about to pay him 10 times more because of what he's done since he's been in Boulder. From obscurity to the big time, from irrelevancy to being the most relevant school in college football, from 1-11 to 9-3, from not even being talked about to being a headline every day. And that's just some of what Deion has done. Think about where we're at right now, present day. The college football national championship is in 3 days. And what are we talking about? There's no mention of Ohio State and Notre Dame. Somebody else over there talking about them in the background. But front and center is Deion Sanders, Colorado, and the Dallas Cowboys. Where do you get this kind of publicity? This is free marketing. No matter how you dig it, how you look at it, how you talk about it, this is free advertising all day, every day. There is not a sports blog, a sports podcast, ESPN, Fox, freaking CBS, Yahoo, Google, New York Times, and every other print or video or however you want to do it. Everybody's number one topic: Deion Sanders, Colorado, Jerry Jones, Dallas Cowboys. Everybody's #1 topic. And it's been that way for weeks. We're in the middle of the playoffs in the NFL. We are 3 days away from the college football playoff in the college football world. But nobody cares about that. We care about Deion and Dallas. You can't get that kind of plug nowhere from nobody. All these other coaches are losing their jobs and getting hired in other places. Sports Center leads with Deion. First Take leads with Deion. What comes on before First Take on ESPN with Greenberg and them? They lead with Deion in Dallas. The facility, Steve, Colin Cowherd, Skip, freaking anybody is Deion in Dallas. And that's just some of it right now. That's what I'm telling you. You don't get these type of headlines with Deion without Deion in Colorado. Name me another school. I'm just laying out the facts right now of why you give Deion what he asked for. Give me another school in college football that every single one of their games was on a nationally televised primetime audience. All 12 games, all 13 when it comes to Colorado. Because every game they played was on TV. And will be again this year. Name me another head coach that can show up in your city and boost the economy of your entire city besides Nick Saban. Denver is eating off of Colorado, off of CU. Boulder is plentiful off of CU. And every city that surrounds Boulder is plentiful off of Deion. That is an economic impact that no other head coach can bring to your town. Last year, we looked at the numbers. I haven't looked at them this year. He was over 113 million to the good with economic impact. And that's just 6 home games. He took you to a bowl game, which got you some more money. When Colorado gets smart enough to sell the rights to their field for a season, that's more money. But you're not getting that money without Deion. Colorado has never, in the history of 5-star recruits, recruited a 5-star and got him to come to the school. Deion did it 3 years. Every year he's been there. Your social media influence was non-existent until Deion Sanders showed up. Millions of followers on all of your platforms. Do you know what that's worth? You can sell ads against that on your social media accounts, Instagram and Twitter, TikTok. All of that is revenue for the school. YouTube, revenue for the school. And I'm not talking about reach the people and well off in the pregame show. I'm talking about CU's media themselves. That's unappreciated income that Deion is bringing to the school. Give him what he wants. But you got a board of regents that it has to go through. You have an academic board that it has to go through. Colorado is a state-run school. So the state board has to agree that Deion Sanders will be the highest state paid employee in your state. And everybody ain't cool with that. We already know this because we had the Board of Regents last year was tripping about Deion. Everybody wasn't on board. When you have someone of this caliber, you get them what they ask for. And some will say, well, Deion hasn't done anything. Shitting me. What hasn't he done besides win a national championship at your school? He's produced you a Heisman Trophy winner. He took you to a bowl game that you haven't been to in 10 plus years. He produced you another winning season that you haven't had in 20 years. You only had one other 9-win season in 20 years. Once again, the facts are on the table. Give him what he wants. Should he be the highest paid coach in college football? Probably so. Because he's worth that much. There should be no resistance when that contract was laid out on the table. His base salary should be Kirby's salary plus incentive. His base salary should be what Kirby makes now. Because all those other coaches that are in the $8, $9, and $10 million range, they ain't won nothing either. Sarkisian makes about $10.5 million a year. Yeah, he been to the CFP, but has he won anything? He ain't got no SEC title. Big 12 title. But what has he done? Has he had an economical impact on the school since he's been there? No, because that's Texas. And they print money over here in Austin. I'm right outside the city. I know what they do. It's flowing green down there off of 6th Street. They just printing it up. I'm not saying that Colorado is not trying to give Deion his money, but I'm saying don't do what others have done and fumble the best thing you have and have had since McCarthy. Don't do it. Don't let it slip through your fingers, because Deion in Dallas is truly not a thing. I foresee that Deion doesn't want to coach in the NFL right now. That might be later when that second contract come up for Travis and Shador and Shiloh. When that second contract comes up, then y'all can get worried about Deion leaving, because then he can get everybody to one team. That's when you worry 4 years down the line. Right now, you do everything you can do to make sure that Deion stays in Boulder. I don't care if you have to write this contract and pay it out over the next 20 years. Guaranteed. And then you put a big buyout clause in there. So when Jerry comes to get Deion in 4 years, you can get a little money back, but you could probably end up having to get at the Deion anyway because you're going to owe it to him. See, what you need to do is stop listening. Let me talk to all my everybody that's everybody that's worried about Deion going to Dallas, everybody that was listening or watching Ed Werder yesterday. And this is the tweet that scared everybody yesterday. I got so many text messages, so many phone calls, so many DMs on my Instagram about this right here. Ed Werder yesterday put this out regarding Deion Sanders. I'm being told that he would almost certainly accept if Jerry Jones offers to make him the next Cowboys head coach. That those around him are encouraging him to pursue it, and that Jones is enamored by that idea. That is so false. Yes, everybody heard the talk that Jerry and Deion talked, but that's all you heard. You didn't hear Deion say, yeah, Jerry offered me the job. You didn't hear Jerry say, yeah, I offered Deion the job, and we thinking about it. Because that's not what happened. What people fail to realize is that Deion and Jerry got 30 years in the game together. They are really, really, really good friends. And from time to time, Jerry calls Deion for advice and vice versa. Just because Jerry called Deion doesn't mean it was about coaching the Cowboys. See, you have to listen and understand. Comprehension is key when it comes to things like this. Ed Werder is just saying stuff. He's talking out of the back of his head because he said this, that Deion said if Jerry makes him an offer, he might accept. But none of that is true. None of that is founded in fact. See, when you read what people write, you have to comprehend it. You don't have to comprehend it the way you want to comprehend it. You have to comprehend it the way it's written. And then show y'all something that y'all don't know about. Ed Werder was on the Dan Patrick show yesterday and made a statement. And on the back end of that statement said the opposite of what he had to say. But I'm going to let y'all hear it, and then we'll talk about it from there.
Dismissal of Mike McCarthy, which I think surprised a lot of people, even those of us who cover the team on a regular basis. And, you know, when you start configuring a list of potential candidates to be the next head coach, only in Dallas do you have to make sure to include Deion Sanders and Jason Witten, former, Cowboys tight end great who Jerry is enamored with, who has only coached at the high school level. Regarding Deion, obviously we know that he has not yet formally interviewed for the job. The Cowboys have extended invitations to Leslie Frazier and Robert Saleh to be the first two to interview formally for the job. But Deion told Adam Schefter the other day that Jerry Jones reached out to him and they discussed the job. And everything I continue to be told, Dan, is that Jerry is interested. It was described to me as he's enamored with the idea.
I'm gonna pause that right there, and then we're gonna go back. Deion told that man, see, people change up words. That's why you have to listen to understand. Deion told Adam Schefter that he talked to Jerry. He didn't say he talked to him about the head coaching job. He said he talked to Jerry. And Jerry said he talked to Deion. That was all that was said. They included the rest. Then they insinuated that Deion was using this Dallas fiasco to get a bigger extension in Colorado. And Deion told Adam Schefter, why would I need to do that? I don't need to use Dallas as a prop. I'm me. Which is correct. Why would he need to use anybody as a prop? I don't need to use nobody else to get no more money in Colorado. All that he's done speaks for itself. Either you're going to pay him or you're not. And I don't think it's the university that's holding this contract dispute up.
Obviously, it's hard to imagine any coaching candidate who could create more interest.
I need
someone that is interested. It was described he'll continue to be a job. And everything I continue to be told, Dan, is that Jerry is interested. It was described to me as he's enamored with the idea. Obviously, it's hard to imagine any coaching candidate who could create more interest, someone that Jerry could more sell to the fan base here, which needs to happen, and make Jerry more money than Deion Sanders. I mean, he won a Super Bowl here as a player. So there are also people around Deion who tell me that he's being urged by his supporters in Colorado to take the job, and that they believe if Jerry ever does offer him the job, that he will take it, that he has an extension to remain at Colorado on his desk that he hasn't even looked at as he considers these other possibilities. But, I mean, there are also people close to Deion who tell me they don't see it happening, but they've seen things happen with Jerry Jones that they didn't expect to happen before.
Now, how backwards is that? To say that Deion, they're telling Deion to take the job, and then on the other hand, you say, they telling Deion not to take it. What are you talking about? But did you see his eyes when he was talking? He was looking above his monitor because he was reading off the screen above his head. Y'all know when I do videos and I'm talking to y'all, I do this a lot. I'm looking up. You see me looking up because I'm looking at the monitor on top of the one that I'm using. I got another monitor that sits here. I got a monitor that sits here and another monitor that sits on top of that monitor. And a big monitor right here. So I got 5 monitors around me at all times so I can keep up. I'm playing Call of Duty on this one. So don't show up in the lobby or you gonna get the 2-piece because I am the king. But what I'm saying is all of that is garbage. None of that crap is true. These guys don't know what they're talking about. They just saying stuff. And the guy that led off beginning of the week that Deion talked to Jerry, that's all they heard was Deion talk to Jerry. And do you think that Jerry and Deion having a conversation is not out on purpose? Do you not think that they did not put this out so they could have the headline? Deion knows he's not going to Dallas. Jerry knows Deion is not coming to Dallas. But guess who's dominating the headline? Because they are the 2 most polarizing figures in football, NFL or college. Cowboys stand on his own. Deion stands on his own. But right now, while we're in the midst of the playoffs and the college football championship taking off in a couple of days, what we doing? We talking about Jerry and Deion. It's no fault of their own. They know who they are, and they knew what was going to happen. But if Colorado don't get it together as a group, you're going to mess around and lose what you got. Because you got about 2 weeks before all this coaching, searching, and hiring stuff is over with. It's usually done right before or right after the Super Bowl. So they better get it together. because it'll be over with quick. And then y'all will hear all of that stuff go back to the background, and Deion will be doing what he's been doing. While y'all watching, make sure y'all hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. This is a failure, maybe on Colorado's part, maybe on the state's part, but somebody is holding it up. I know it ain't Rick George, because Rick George will give Deion whatever he wants. He's just that smart. Because the ROI on Deion making the college money, you've seen it. You can't help but to pay it. I hate this. The numbers this year are bigger than they were last year when it comes to the amount of money Deion brought into the community, brought into the city, brought into the school, the ticket sales, the merchandise sales. All of that is up still, and it will continue to go up. Soon as they put Juju's jerseys up for sale, it's gonna go out the window. Soon as they put Caden Salter's jerseys up, they're gonna go out the window. So Colorado, whatever you're doing, get your people together and give this man what he wants. You can't pay him no less than $12 million. You shouldn't. I would say you can't. I'm gonna say you shouldn't. His base should be no lower than 12. That's without incentive. His base salary should start at $12 million. And with incentives, should grow up to 15 to 20 million. His assistant coaches should make a lot of money. You need people. You need stability. Deion Sanders offers you all of that. And yet, and still, you are still fumbling around. Indiana got Kurt Signetti together before the season was over with. While the season was going on, Notre Dame got Marcus Freeman together while the season was going on. They put their collective minds together. They said, this is the guy we want to roll with. Let's get this extension out because we know they coming. So let's get him locked in before the season is over with. Colorado, y'all keep saying, I've heard McChesney and quarterback guy that's on Fox. I've heard them say Coach Prime has an extension sitting on his desk that he hasn't signed yet. You heard Ed Waters say he hasn't looked at it. I'm sure he's looked at it. That's just dumb to even say that. Why would you even say that? He hasn't looked at it. Well, I ain't gonna know what's in it if he ain't looked at it. He has a whole team of people for that. But what I'm saying is, take care of your mans. Y'all saying he got a nice contract. A nice contract for who? Not for Prime. You have to remember, he is not a regular head coach. He's special. He's better than most. He attracts more than your average head coach. Your average head coach, all of their deals are local, except for who? Nick Saban. How many other coaches besides Nick Saban have you seen on national TV with commercials? No, national, not local. Because all coaches got local deals with the local Ford dealer or Chevrolet dealer or Audi, Coke and Pepsi, Budweiser, all the chip people, Frito-Lay for Alabama and Auburn, all coaches got the local stuff. But who's nationwide? There's only been two. Saban, Prime. Matter of fact, they're in commercials together. Dag don't it. So you tell me, as Duke the Scoop and Uncle Neely would say, you tell me, where else in the country can you get what Prime offers? Brother, I'll tell you nowhere. There is not a coach in the game that can give you what Prime gives you. Do like Jackson State did and fumble Prime. And let him walk out your door into somebody else's campus. Colorado, you'll never be the same. You'll keep some of your players, but the rest of them will go. Because you can't bring another guy in that offers what Prime offers. Prime offers you stability. He can build your program up to when he leaves, it can keep going. Jackson State, Prime left. They still going. You can do the same thing here in Colorado, which I don't see Prime going anywhere until that first NFL contract for Shedeur and Travis is over with. Then after that, all bets off. Yo. Because then Prime can go get all his people and put them on one team. And the band is back together again. But right now, you know you got 4 great years ahead of you. Prime still got some goals he hasn't achieved in college football. He hasn't won a Big 12 championship. He hasn't been in the playoff. He hasn't competed for a national championship. He hasn't won a national championship. Those are his goals. And you got a short window to get them, like 4 years. I'm going to keep saying this because everybody's going to call me stupid. I'm telling you, after Shedeur and Travis' first contract is over with, Prime is gone to the NFL. Unless he didn't won 3 or 4 national titles, then he might be chasing Saban. And then other than that, but that's your minimum window is 4 years. So you better give him what he wants, get it in play, and make it happen. I promise you. Don't fumble Prime. You fumble Prime, it all goes out the window just as fast as it came in. And y'all stop listening to all this stupid stuff going on the internet. All these sports reporters want Deion to go to Dallas because they can do what they're doing now. You got to remember, Cowboys are the most talked about sports team worldwide. They are the biggest sports team worldwide. They are worth the most money, over $10 billion. No other sports franchise is bigger or worth more money than the Dallas Cowboys. So you're going to get Dallas in every sports media talk anyway. But when you add Deion to the mix, when you add Coach Prime to the mix in Dallas, you think the media coverage is retarded now. It's all over the place now. It's too much cowboy right now. If Deion went to Dallas right now, y'all remember? No, half of y'all don't remember when Michael Jordan was in Chicago. That's what it would look like. When Tiger Woods was winning all them tournaments, that's what it would look like. Plus 10. I promise you it will. So, in conclusion, don't forget to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I don't know where my clip at for my watch. But it's my Android watch, so I don't care. But hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Y'all better listen to me, man. I'm telling y'all what's real. The only way Deion goes to Dallas is in 4 years. Colorado will get it right. Because when Deion got to Colorado and did his press conference, he wasn't even had a signed contract then. Only way Deion go to Dallas right now, if God say get up and go. Because he done told y'all, he only move when God say move. He don't move for money. Deion got plenty of money. He make plenty of money outside of football. Lots of money outside of football. Now that Nike's back in the house, he making a whole lot of money outside of football. Affleck been paying tons of money, you know, but and he been investing in business after business after business since he been in Colorado. But y'all don't see all that. Stop listening to these outside people. You want a good source of information on where stuff is at? Watch Duke the Scoop. Watch Uncle Neely. Those two will give you the most recent and pertinent information that you know is factual. And if they got quotes, it comes directly from the horse's mouth. But anyway, man, I'm going to get out of here. Do my thing. Because I got Spectrum coming in just a little while. Matter of fact, Spectrum right there. We going to get out. Y'all have a good day. I'm out of here. Peace.